Hello, my friend Terry Petrovic here. I have to ask you this question. Have you ever read a book that you've carried the principles for over 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? Well, I want to share with you a book tonight that actually has had a significant impact on my career in network marketing. I actually interviewed the author of this book years ago, and the title of this book should capture your attention, if nothing else. The title is On This Rock. The author is Peggy Long. The subtitle is On This Rock I Stand, and World You Will Adjust. This is one of the classic books that I've read in network marketing, On This Rock by Peggy Long. As you can see, it's torn, it's tattered. I have dog-eared every other page, highlighted almost every other page. It's an amazing book. You know, the fundamentals of this industry are pretty much the same, but in this book, you'll discover the key principles that are consistent, whether you're building online or offline, it doesn't really matter. Now, I just want to cover a couple of things in here that Peggy actually defines as the success checklist. So if you are in network marketing and you're taking notes, write some of these notes down, because this book, I don't even know if it's in print anymore. I don't even know if you can get it anymore. I think it was published in 1999 for the very first time. But I want to cover her success checklist because it does cover some important things if you are in network marketing. So let me jump in right here. How many people did you show the business to this past week? You know, becoming successful in network marketing, or really any business, is all about tracking your statistics, your numbers. You know, you can't improve what you cannot track. So when you start tracking, and oh, by the way, I have a tracking sheet right here where I track things on, you know, that I do in terms of prospecting, presenting, and following up. You see, you have to track those things. And when you do, then you can improve. So first question Peggy asks is, you know, how many people did you show the business to? For your team, in other words, doing three-way calls, perhaps. How many people did you personally prospect? How many meetings did you do? Whether it's Zoom meetings, you know, when this was published in 1999, we didn't have Zoom, we didn't have Facebook, we didn't have any of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm old school for sure. But you still can track the same principles. How many group meetings did you do? How many Zoom meetings did you do? Or Skype meetings that you do? How long will it take you? This is a great question. How long will it take you to show the business to 25 people? Do you focus more on doing business presentations or product presentations? You see, I've always led with the business, and if somebody wasn't interested in the business, then I go back down to the product. It's very hard sometimes to take people at the product level and then get them up to the business level. But I believe people are looking really for four things. Number one, they want more money. Number two, they want more time with their family. Number three, they want to pay less taxes to the government. And number four, they want to look and stay young. That's why for the past 25 years, I've always been in health and wellness companies. You know, I'm 61 years old, feel 31. It's absolutely amazing to be able to live life and feel great and know that you're making a difference in people's lives. I had a conversation with a prospect today, and I said, you know, we're talking about auto ships and stuff like that. And I said, did you know that the average person that has a home-based business will save over $500 a month just in taxes alone? So if hypothetically you spent $170 every month on an auto ship, or say $200 on an auto ship, let's make the math really easy, you're actually $300 a month ahead. That's a cool thing when you understand the benefits of having a business, because the truth is tax laws are written for business people, not W-2 employees. They're just not. You know, you can write off a mic like this. You can write off your computer. You can write off your cell phone when you have a home-based business. You guys know this because you're watching me and you're part of my tribe, and I appreciate you doing that. So let's just continue what Peggy has to say here. So the last question was, how long would it take you to present your business to 25 people? Next question is, why are you really doing this business? What do you really want out of it? You know, here's a great exercise if you're up to it. It came from a different book, Millionaire Success Habits by Dean DeGrazio. You know, when we talk about our why are we doing it? A lot of times, you know, we say family, we say we want to create more money, we want to have better quality of life. But he goes in and asking you to ask the question why you're doing what you're doing 7 times. 7 times. And you go from the cerebral and you go into the heart, trying to figure out, why are you really trying to do this? Is it because you're sick and tired of not being good enough or worthy enough, or not able to be the proud parent that you want to be, or grandparent that you want to be, because you have so much guilt because you've never really fulfilled those promises? When you understand why you do what you do at the heart level, man, wild horses aren't going to stop you. You're going to be on this like crazy, and that's really what you want. You got to dig deep sometimes, when you're looking to have that extra strength. Who is it that you would love to get an attaboy or an attagirl from? Maybe your daughter, your spouse, your son, your parents. I'm not all about accepting or looking for praise from people outside, but I got to tell you, when I left the software industry 25 years ago, it was because Matthew, my son, who was 8 at the time, climbed into my lap one Saturday morning about 8:30. He asked me a question that changed my life. He broke my heart, but he changed my life. And the question was, Dad, do you still love me? And I'm like, stabbed me in the heart. And I'm like crying. I'm like, why would you ever ask that? He just said, Dad, I just never see you anymore. So he did break my heart. 6 months later, I quit my job and got into the network marketing profession that I absolutely love. And I remember after being recognized, being $1 million earner in one of our previous companies, I got from Matthew was, good job, Dad. Good job. And you know what? That good job, Dad, from my son was worth more to me than $1 million. I mean, just made me feel so proud that my son was proud of me. So I'm wondering, who in your life would you like to get a good job, Dad, good job, Mom, from? Because seeking that praise, it's not about, what you accomplish. It's knowing that you're setting a good example. And I got to tell you, Matthew has become an amazing thing. And, we've had this, there's a great book called Rhinoceros Success. I want to show you this. This is on my wall. I'm going to go pull it off real quick. So this is a picture. It's kind of hard to see. Maybe I go back like this, of 2 rhinoceroses, and then Matthew inscribed it over here. And basically what it said was, Dad, thanks so much for being a great example. I'm following in your footsteps and advice. I hope to become the man that you have become. I love you so much. Matt. 2006. That was 06. So that was 12 years ago. He's now 33. Time flies. Wow. So my point to you is, dig deep and find that person or persons that you really want to become a hero to, if you will. It's interesting. One of my heroes today is my daughter, Christina. And it's because what she's done with Bash. And I give talks and talk about Bash's journey and how painful it was, and how he screamed bloody murder because he was in that much pain, and it was horrific. And I would never want you to go through that. And I did a talk for my Toastmasters group on this, and it was very intense, but it was really a story about vision and love. It was the vision that Nick and Christina had so that their son could walk semi-normally, so that he could sit down and get up from the floor by himself. And they were willing to put him and them through so much pain so that they could create that result. My question for you is, what result are you willing to go through that much pain? And who are you willing to say, on this rock I stand, in world you will adjust? In other words, you're going to do whatever it takes, no matter what. That, my friends, is posture, conviction, and vision. And that's what I want for you. Let me continue here with Peggy's success tips. Are you totally committed on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being not, 10 being super committed. Whatever it takes, you will go until you're exhausted. No kidding. How serious are you? Are you willing to match the efforts of your team players? Are you willing to give up TV and entertainment for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? How long are you willing to give up things that don't serve your vision? And I had a Post-it note on my computer for a long time. Is this activity taking me closer or further away from my goals? And if it didn't, if it took me closer, I went forward. And if it didn't, I didn't do it. You see, I have struggled over the years with managing my time efficiently and effectively. And even today, my affirmations say, I use my time wisely. Why? Because I think I suck at it sometimes. And I really have to keep that in the forefront of my mind. And my affirmation says, I use my time wisely and I don't waste a minute. David Bird, in his book called Achievement, says you can have it all when you become a master planner. Unfortunately, most of us do not become a master at planning our activities and where we spend our times and focusing on high payoff activities. TV is definitely not a high payoff activity. How many customers are you going to get this week? Okay, track that. And here's a great question. If I keep doing what I am doing, how long will it take me to reach my goals? Oftentimes people say, I'm going to do this business in a big way. And, a month later, sometimes 2 weeks later, they get some no's and they start having self-doubt and they quit. They quit on their dreams, and it just crushes me. It crushes me when they do that. But you know what? I can want for a lot of people, but they got to want it for themselves, and they got to dig deep sometimes, and they got to look at all their crap, all their garbage. Here's a book that I'm about to read. I was recommended this book by Natalie Sorensen. If you don't know Natalie, she's got a Facebook group called Mompreneur. So if you're a mom, you definitely want to join that. And I actually did an interview with Natalie Sorensen and her husband, Nick. If you want to see that, just type in Natalie below and I'll get you this. But one of the questions I asked all the people that I interviewed in my Prosperity Summit is, what's one book that you give away and it's had a profound impact on you? And this was Natalie's. So I haven't read it yet. I'm going to read it. And I will share. No, I shouldn't share this yet. A mantra in here. I think I'll save for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, look for, I will post a text quote tomorrow morning. It will be this quote in here. It is the ultimate success mantra from this book. Great book. Highly recommend it. And, what I know about success in developing wealth in business is you have to have the conviction that Peggy has in this book. On this rock I stand, in the world you will adjust. I will do whatever it takes. You need to be able to lead people like this. And I got to tell you, when you can take charge and you have your kids follow you and your kids can become better than you are, I think that's awesome. I think that's amazing. That's what I want. And you know what? Both of my kids are way better than me right now. And I just love that fact. I think they've taken the best of Amy and I and put it together and become the best version of themselves. And that's really what I want for you too. So if you got value out of this, let me know. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some hearts. Give me some emojis or something like that. If you want to listen to that interview with Natalie and Nick Sorensen, I'm happy to share that with you. And oh, by the way, if you are a parent, amazing parents, both Natalie and Nick. Nick he's got 3 girls, 6 and 18 months, and Natalie. So 4 ladies in his house. But what a phenomenal dad. What a phenomenal dad. He's done a tremendous job. He actually got a book on, how a father should raise a daughter, which I really admire that. And you'll hear more about that in the interview if you want to hear the interview with Nick and Natalie. So appreciate you. Love you guys. If you have any questions, if you're not part of my coaching group, just go to theprosperousnetworker.com. I put a lot of great content in there. If you want to set up a 30-minute breakthrough strategy session with me, let's talk. I love helping people no matter what company you're in, no matter what product you have. I'd love to help you get unstuck and create the level of success that you want so that you can create the amazing life that you absolutely deserve. Until next time, make it a better than terrific day and a prosperous one. You absolutely deserve it, my friend. Take care. Bye-bye for now.